Hi, welcome to CGS 2840, also known as Intro to Cryptology. My name is Steve Vallone. I'm your instructor, and yes, this is fall 2020 already. We're going to talk about cryptology in the past and today and see what all the things are that have occurred. So we're going to talk about history and give you some insight into what cryptology is. I'm your instructor. I go by Steve. My email is earl_villone@DaytonaState.edu. You can call my personal cell when you need to, anytime, and I will do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. Also, I am very flexible on appointments. If you need to talk to me, just let me know. Email me anytime, and I will get back within 24 hours. My philosophy is that I'm here to help you, period. You're the student, you're why I'm here. No question is stupid on your part or anyone's really. If you're afraid to ask it in a discussion, email me and I'll help you with it. I do my best to respond to emails or phone messages as I pointed out. I won't let you languish. You just need to communicate with me and I'll try to help you any way I can. My experience is that I've worked for a large financial institution for 35 years. Who's counting, right? I've had a lot of titles, and I'm not bragging about them. I'm just telling you what I've done. The last 5 years, 10 years especially, I guess, I've been doing a lot of security-related items. And I've been dabbling in things that are cryptology related, like, creating keys, which we'll talk about, using algorithms, which we'll talk about, and, defeating attacks and looking at it from the cryptologist perspective or the cybersecurity analyst perspective. So I have had that experience, and I hope to help you with that. With cryptology from that base. My education, Wake Forest, Masters of Business, Capella, Masters of Science. Various courses in my company, to include courses on Red Hat, IP version 6. A lot of on-the-job training on digital certificates, which we'll talk about. Private keys, public keys. Key management is a big deal, and we'll talk about that. On-the-job training for detecting issues with ciphers also. And then I've had a few years teaching as an adjunct, actually 16 at least. I think it's actually 17 now. And that's some of that is with other institutions besides Daytona State. So what's the deal with the book? And what kind of book is it? And is it going to be something that you'll enjoy and have to read every chapter or every sentence? Well, most cryptology books are pretty heavy on math. And math's definitely a big part of cryptology and cryptography. But this class is an introduction to the concepts. It's not going to be a deep dive into the math. You're going to get assigned a lot of readings from this particular book, which I think you'll find fascinating. In reviewing all the books that I looked at, I picked one that I thought would interest you and pique your interest and get you to where you maybe look at other aspects of cryptology as you go forward. So check that out and make sure you get the book. And if you have any problems, you let me know. Yes, it's a 2000 book, and today is 2020. So you're saying, well, wow, that's 20 years old. It's still relevant. The things in that book are relevant. A lot of them are historical, and it's a very good book from seeing at the ground zero how cryptography evolved. The things that I want you to do each week: review the PowerPoints in the virtual classroom. You got to sign in 3 times a week and read the assigned readings if applicable. I mean, read them. Don't just, sign in and just say, well, I signed in. Do the labs. I've tried to make them easy and interesting. If you have problems with them, I'm here and I'll help you. We'll go through them together. Open book quizzes, 3 attempts. The quizzes are based on the PowerPoints. There's not, shouldn't be any problem with the quizzes not being correct or having issues. This class has kind of been vetted a couple times by other students, and I've updated quizzes, but I'm always willing to improve, and if I made a mistake, I'm always willing to work to change it. Now, what about the things that are due, but not every week? Well, you have 3 open book tests, but let me tell you about them. Those are based on the quizzes, and you've already seen the questions on the quizzes by the time you take the test, so they should be fairly easy. You have an icebreaker discussion and 4 other discussions. Why discussions? This is an online class, but we want to make it interactive so you can learn from other learners, and I think you'll find some of the discussions are interesting and relevant. One of them is a case study, at least one, and you'll find that you'll learn something from that. Also, there's a small project. You'll do a small project for 20 PowerPoints on something you've learned in class. I'm going to give you a lot of latitude on that. Just has to be on one of the modules we've talked about in class, and you just have to let me know by October 1st what you're going to do. So, concluding, have fun, do your work each week. It won't be that hard. It's an enjoyable class. Sign in 3 times a week. Visit the course. Don't just sign in without looking at some content, because I'll be looking at that for your attendance and participation. And be inquisitive on your own if you want to learn about topics, or email me if you need more information. Stay in communication with me, whatever you do. It's good to have you. Welcome to Cryptology, and I hope you have a great semester.